we turned up well, and of course there was that a controversial decision.
And what do you think about it? Do you think it was a red card?
No, it cannot be a red card. I think the only it's split divisions, but the only way that you see that as a red card maybe is if that decision made you happy, not because it's the best in terms of rules. Because if Calvin Lewin has advantage of the ball, then it has to be a red card from Lisandro Martinez because there is no way you're going to get the ball. But then if it's a 50-50, if it's a 50-50, then you have to look at it differently because even to begin with, Calvin Lewin has his hand on Lisandro's neck, and at that point, you have to clutch on something or fall to the ground. It's just a natural reaction that if you are in air and somebody pushes you, you must want to reach out on something to support yourself, and that's a very natural move in football, which you cannot really call as a violent conduct. So I just don't understand how that was worth a send off.
But did you see that his hair was a bit distorted and Lisandro, he didn't pull it all the way, but his hand was on the ponytail.
Yeah, I saw that part, but that's why I'm saying that it's a natural reaction for Lisandro to reach out for support, and in that moment, touching somebody's hair, it's like I'm gonna call on examples. If you're falling down and you handle the ball, it's clear that you touch the ball. Everybody sees that your hand touched the ball, but it's gonna be judged as a natural move. So there's no way this one is not a natural move from Lisandro. If your head is turning like this and you have that, I don't know the name they called it, it's automatically going to come on your back. So it's easy to grab it. And at the moment Lisandro realizes it, he lets it go. So it's not an intentional move. It's not an unnatural move. And the player lets go immediately. He realizes that he's holding the opponent's hair. And also you have to consider that it was a 50-50 challenge.
So at that point where you say he realized he was holding the opponent's hair, you don't see how the referee can interpret that as pulling hair?
The referee only interprets that if Calvin Lewin had advantage of the ball.
No, with
But
or
Calvin
without the
Lewin,
ball, just that action of pulling hair. You don't think the referee would have interpreted it that way?
that action, you don't interpret it independently. That's what I'm saying. Unless if you choose to look at that action independently and ignore the fact that it was a 50-50 challenge for the ball, because those things are tied. Once you isolate them, then it appears like a red card.
50
But that
don't
was the
matter.
mistake.
Romero got a red card when he was going for a challenge with Casemiro. That don't matter. He stepped on him, didn't he? Against Tottenham Manu. They were trying to play the ball. They were going for the ball. That doesn't matter. If you step on somebody or make a contact like that, and the referee gets the chance to make a decision, he gave the ref a decision to make. And the ref interpreted it that way, you see?
And the ref made the wrong decision because if you step on somebody, back to the case of Casemiro versus Romero, the referee has to ask himself if Casemiro was going to get the ball before Romero. Any time you are in a tussle, but the ref judges that one person was clear to get the ball, then that one becomes a red card because you are automatically judged not to have been in control of the ball, so that is using illegal means to gain unfair advantage. But that was not the case between Lisandro and Calvin Lewin.
Well, what I'm saying is he gave the referee a decision to make. And if the referee interprets it, runs to the monitor and views and interprets it as a hair tag, because they're not going to show a whole clip of play. They'll just show that part. And that's the part they will reverse with angles. And it shows that this guy's hair gets out. And how does it get out? Not on its own. It's because of this hand that was here. And just by that visual, the referee will be like, I'm just trying to think maybe that's how it went, because that's how it eventually came out.
I agree. I agree that that's probably how it went, and that's why I have an issue with isolating the whole thing and focusing on one action. But let's say He gave the referee a decision. The referee still has to make a good decision.